Hello everyone, it's Becky here and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. So today, despite being it's Saturday, I decided to do a tag video because as I mentioned before, I do have a couple of tags waiting for me to do them, and I must also confess that this is the first time in my life I find myself in reading slump, and I find it very difficult to pick up a book and read despite the fact that I really want to read because I have so amazing books waiting for me, but I just find it very difficult to read, and also it applies when watching other booktubers content. Like, I really do want to catch up with your videos, for example, my other fellow booktubers, but I just find it very difficult to pay attention when talking about books. So I decided to take it a little easy and just do simple and short tag video. And also, if you have any advice when it comes to reading slump, please let me know in the comments, because this is the first time I'm dealing with something like this, and I know it's not a big deal, but it really surprises me because I do want to read so much, but I just cannot be bothered to pick up the book. Anyway, without the further ado, I'm gonna do a tag which is called the Contradiction book tag, because this tag was originally created by Daniela at only for a page, and I must say that I was tagged 3 times to do this. The first time was by AJ Dan Reads and Writes already last year, so like months ago, and then I was tagged by Berna's Bookish Adventures and also Bookish Gems very recently. And the reason why I was still putting it off was that when I was first tagged to do this, I felt like I know no answers to these questions. But then when I was tagged again and then again, I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna try, give it a shot and see if I can answer some questions. And I think that I came up with a couple answers, so I'm gonna try. Question number 1 says, I love this genre, but I didn't like this book. Here I'm gonna say historical fiction, and concretely Wuthering Heights, because I do really like historical fiction and I love Bronte sisters, but Wuthering Heights is a book that, despite the fact that I realized why so many people love the book, and there were also a lot of aspects which make me like the book, there were also so many things which made me dislike the book. So definitely I would say Wuthering Heights. Question number 2 says, I rarely read this genre, but I love this book. And that would be The Empire of the Vampire, which is a fantasy book, because as you know, I do not read much of fantasy books, but I absolutely love this one, and I definitely need to check more books by this author because it was amazing. Question number 3 is the one which I do not have answer to, because it asks, I love this trope, but I didn't like this book. And I must say that in general, tropes in books are something which I do not really pay attention to very much. I don't really think about it when reading, and if you, for example, ask me to name 3 or 5 different tropes, I would not even know what to say. Obviously, subconsciously you know these things, but it's just not something I really think about. But then question number 4 says, question number 4, I hate this trope, but I love this book. And usually that one only trope that always pops to my mind would be enemies to lovers. And usually I don't like this very much because I find it a little bit predictable, obviously. But there is one book which I read called Shadows Between Us, which I read at the beginning of the last year. And I must say I quite enjoyed this book, so this would be the one. I love this author, but I didn't like this book. Frederick Beckman with the book Men Called Owe, because I read Anxious People by Frederick Beckman and I absolutely loved it, and I was hoping that he could be my next favorite author. But unfortunately, the second book I picked up from him, it was a DNF for me. I just really did not like the book, and I know and I understand why so many people love this book. I can see it, and I'm sure that if I would keep reading, I would probably learn to like the main character, but I got to the point where it was just unbearable, so I decided to DNF it. Question number 6. I previously disliked a book by this author, but I love this book. Well, I was hoping that the answer to this could be Neil Gaiman, because I want to love Neil Gaiman so much, but I'm just not able to, because I read Stardust a couple years ago after I watched the movie, and I absolutely adored the movie, but then I just really disliked the book. But I think that Neil Gaiman is a genius and I really do want to like his work and his books, but I just cannot find my way through his writing style. And I read Ocean at the End of the Lane recently, and I was really hoping that I would love this book and it would make me want to read more by him, but no, total opposite. Like, I really do not feel keen to read his book anymore, unfortunately. Question number 7. I love this cover, but I didn't like this book. Once and Future Witches has very interesting cover, and I like the colors. Yes. But yeah, the story really wasn't for me. Despite the fact that I really do enjoy reading about witches, I just didn't like this book. very much. I don't like this cover, but I love this book. And here I'm gonna say, again, not love the book, I enjoyed it, and it would be Great Gatsby. Because I think it's interesting story, there are many things I loved about the story, but it wasn't like 5-star for me, but I just hate the cover. I know that there are many editions of Great Gatsby, but the one that always pops to my mind is the one which is like completely blue with, you know, like the eyes on the top. That creeps me out, like I hate it so much. Right, and those are all the questions, all the prompts. So the last one is to tag someone. So I know it's been a long while since I've been tagged to do this, so if there is a chance that you lovely people already done it, but if there is anyone who haven't tried it yet and you would like to, please do so. And I will tag 3 people, and I'm gonna tag Spreadbook Joy, Fraser Simons and Ray of Sunlight. So if you haven't done this yet and you would like to give it a go, please do so, because I would love to hear your answers. And yes, without the further ado, I will just say bye, take care, wish you a lovely Saturday, hopefully you are good, you are well and you are safe wherever you are. Sending lots of love, and I will see you with another video very soon. Take care, bye!